When we talk about decorating the home, many people think you need to spend a lot. But the truth is, it's not about money. It's about perspective. It's about the little details that transform a space, making everything more sophisticated, cozy, and giving that well-cared-for home feeling. Today, I'm going to show you simple ideas that make a huge difference, the kind that elevate your home without breaking the bank. Because a beautiful home is about intention, and intention doesn't depend on money, it depends on choice. Books. Books tell stories. And it's not about looking intellectual or setting up a magazine-like scene. It's about atmosphere. When you place 2 or 3 books on the coffee table, a console, or a nightstand, the home gains depth. It stops looking decorated and starts looking lived in. There's a huge difference between a staged home and a home with soul. Books bring that sense of knowledge, of identity. They show that someone lives there who feels, thinks, and has interests. And this, quietly, is sophisticated. Larger art pieces. Many people think the more art, the better. But most of the time, too many small pieces scattered around make the eye confused. The space loses impact. A larger artwork with presence completely changes the energy of a wall. It creates a focal point. It organizes the space. It guides the eye. And when the eye finds a place to rest, the space feels more elegant, more structured. Sometimes it's not about adding more things, it's about choosing better. Letting empty spaces breathe. This is very important. A sophisticated home is not a crowded home. It's a balanced home. Not every shelf needs to be full. Not every wall needs decoration. Not every corner needs to be filled. Empty space is part of the composition. It creates visual breathing room. It brings calm. It prevents clutter. And when there is breathing room, what remains gains more prominence. This is aesthetic maturity. Elegant throw on the sofa. It may seem like a small detail, but it's not. A throw has the power to transform the feel of the entire living room. But it's not about just tossing it anywhere. It's about folding it carefully, choosing a texture that complements the sofa, using a color that harmonizes with the space. Texture adds depth, and depth brings coziness. When someone looks at a sofa with a well-placed throw, the feeling is automatic. This home is welcoming, and a sense of welcome is luxury. 5. Change the bathroom art. The bathroom is one of the most overlooked spaces in the home, and that's exactly why it has so much potential. When you put up a beautiful painting, a more minimalist piece, or even a different frame, the whole atmosphere changes. It stops being just functional and starts having personality. And do you know what that conveys? Care. A sophisticated home isn't just impressive in the living room, it maintains the standard in every space. A detail in the bathroom shows intention, and intention elevates the level of the entire home. 6. Warm lighting. Lighting is atmosphere. Too much white light makes a space feel cold, clinical, almost impersonal. Warmer light embraces the space. It softens imperfections. It creates shadow, depth, and coziness. You can have simple furniture, but if the lighting is well thought out, the feel changes completely. Sometimes it's not about changing the sofa, it's about changing the bulb, and that makes a huge difference. 7. Harmonize colors. A sophisticated home isn't the one with many colors, it's the one with coherence. Choosing 2 or 3 main colors and repeating them in details creates unity. A pillow talks to a painting talks to a rug talks to a decorative object. When there's this silent conversation between elements, the space feels intentional, and intention conveys elegance. It's not about spending more, it's about coordinating better. 8. A corner with a story. This is one of my favorites. A travel souvenir, a special photo, a book that marked a chapter in your life. When someone enters your home and notices these details, there's a connection, because it's not just decoration, it's identity. And identity is the greatest sign of sophistication there is. A beautiful home is one that could be yours and no one else's. 9. A larger rug. A rug that is too small shrinks the space. It breaks up the area. It gives the feeling that something is out of proportion. Now, when the rug is larger and embraces the sofa or extends under the bed, the space changes completely. It creates a foundation. It structures the space. It gives the impression that everything was thoughtfully arranged. Sometimes the living room doesn't need more furniture, it needs proportion, and proportion is one of the secrets of sophisticated homes. 10. A wall with personality. You don't need to renovate the entire home to transform a space. A single wall can do it. It could be a different color. It could be a texture. It could be a carefully curated art arrangement. When there's a clear focal point, the space gains strength. It stops being too neutral. It starts having identity, and identity creates presence. 11. The scent of a well-cared-for home. This is something almost no one talks about, but it changes everything. Scent is also part of decor. You can have the most beautiful living room in the world. If the home doesn't smell cared for, the experience isn't complete. A subtle diffuser, a candle, or simply that pleasant, clean home aroma. When someone walks in and notices it, the feeling is immediate. This home is welcoming. And in the end, that's what makes a home feel rich. It's not about excess. It's not about showiness. It's intention. It's care. It's sensitivity. Sometimes when we talk about decorating the home, it feels like we're talking about a renovation. Breaking things apart, swapping furniture, spending a lot of money. But that's not it. Most of the time, what transforms a space isn't a massive change. It's a small adjustment made with intention. It's changing the lighting. It's repositioning a painting. It's choosing colors more carefully. It's removing the excess. These are details that almost no one notices on their own, but together they completely change the feel of a home. And that's what many people don't understand. A beautiful home isn't born from big spending. It's born from conscious choices. Sometimes you don't need to change everything. You just need to look again at what you already have. And when you learn to do that, your home starts working in your favor. At the end of the day, decorating isn't about having more. It's about choosing better. It's about creating feeling. It's about transforming what you already have into something that truly represents you. Because a beautiful home isn't the most expensive one. It's the one with intention. If you liked these ideas, tell me in the comments which one you'll try first. I love knowing that you're putting them into practice. I'm Marieta Fernandez from Decor Casas, and I'll see you in the next video.